Number 5. In April of 2005, Ray Grykar, the district attorney for Center County located in Pennsylvania, was found to have disappeared without a trace, leaving police virtually no clues as to where he may have gone. It had been reported that he had called into work that day, stating that he wanted to drive across the country and search for antiques. It was confirmed that he'd done so just a few days later when investigators found his car had been parked outside of an antique shop, with a cell phone later being found inside. Though this case grew far more mysterious once investigators began to search Ray's home for any indication of where he may have gone. It was then that they noticed that his laptop had gone missing, and a search had been made on his other home computer where someone had Googled how to wreck a hard drive. A short while later, Ray's laptop was found in a local river with the hard drive missing. The hard drive was then found 2 months later, though it was far too damaged to obtain any information from it. Even stranger is that Ray's case actually seems to mimic a case of a character from a sci-fi novel, 2020 Vision, and as it turns out, Ray was actually a consultant for the book. Additionally, it was found out around the time of his disappearance that Ray had known about a large series of sexual abuse accusations that involved Jerry Sandusky, though Ray refused to file any charges against him. Finally, Ray was also known to have been in the midst of retirement. He was known to have been paid a six-figure salary, though his savings accounts were all virtually empty, and he owned no property and had no retirement funds set up. His daughter then refused to attend any of the court hearings to have him labeled as deceased, claiming that she feared for her life. The Secret Service then conducted a series of lie detector tests on possible suspects, and individuals who they thought may have been involved, though they all came back clear. To this day, no one has any idea where Ray is or why he simply vanished. Number 4. In February of 2004, 21-year-old Mori disappeared after a car crash on Route 112 near Woodsville, New Hampshire. Prior to this crash, Mori was known to have contacted each of her college professors, turning in her most recent work as well as letting them know that she planned to be absent for the next week or so, due to a death in her family. At around 7:30 p.m. that same day, a local woman was reported to have been in a car crash on Route 112. Multiple passers-by offered assistance to the woman, but she declined, claiming that she'd already called emergency services. Though when police arrived to the scene just 15 minutes later, the woman had already vanished. Police checked the registration of the vehicle and confirmed that it belonged to Mora, leading them to naturally assume that the woman who was in the car at the time of the crash was Mora as well. After this, they discovered that Mora had been secretly planning travel arrangements, with her family and friends knowing nothing about them. Because of this, police began to believe that her disappearance may have been completely voluntary, and ruled out the idea of foul play. The case was eventually classified as cold, and to this day there have been no major developments in nearly 10 years, and Mora still remains missing. Number 3. Raoul Wallenberg was a Swedish businessman most well known for his role in saving tens of thousands of Jews from Germany back in the 1930s and 40s. He continued these efforts up until 1945, when he was captured by the Russians and arrested for suspicion of espionage, or for spying on government officials. It was reported that he then passed away in 1947, though this was never confirmed. According to officials, Raoul passed away after he was being transferred between prisons. While on the way to his new location, reports came in that both Raoul and his driver had been attacked, and that they had both passed away. Though when the US State Department offered to help in the case, their assistance was denied, leaving many to believe that the attack was staged and that Raoul had actually taken out the driver and escaped. Regardless, neither of these claims have been confirmed, and Raoul was still considered to have been a missing man for over 71 years, with his legacy finally being laid to rest in October of 2016. Number 2. 20-year-old Michael Madden was an aspiring forest ranger who planned to meet friends at Sandy Bar Flat near Sonora, California on August 10, 1996 for camping and fishing. He left his family's home at around 5 a.m. with his dog Matilda, along with some camping and fishing gear. This was an area Michael and his father had camped at many times, so it was very familiar to him, though upon leaving his home, he was never seen again. Michael's friends arrived at the sandbar at around 2 a.m. on August 12th. There was no sign of Michael or his dog, but his gear was found to have been lying beside a freshly made fire. A man identified as Joseph Tyne then approached the group of friends just moments later, carrying an automatic pistol, asking the friends if they were looking for Mikey. According to the friends, Tyne essentially held the group hostage for the next 6 hours, waiting for Michael to arrive, though he never did. At one point, a friend noted that Tyne appeared to have been wearing Michael's boots, but this wasn't confirmed. Michael was then reported missing soon after the friends completed a search of the area and returned home. Authorities then searched the area extensively with search and rescue teams, divers, and dogs, though they were unable to produce any clues as to where he may be. Though his dog did return to the campsite just 4 days later, she was severely dehydrated and unable to help researchers locate Michael. Tyne was then given a polygraph 9 months after Michael had vanished, though the results were never released publicly. He's never been charged, and his gun was found to have been fully loaded with no bullets missing. Investigators do believe that Michael likely met his end at the hands of another camper, though there's no proof of anyone's involvement in Michael's disappearance and he remains missing. Number 1. On October 6, 2014, Kristy Richardson left her home heading toward her daughter's house to wish her a happy birthday. She remained at her daughter's home for a few hours before returning to her own home at around 5:30 p.m. She then checked her mail and went inside. After this, she was never seen again. Family, friends, and police helped search for her for weeks, but found zero clues indicating where she may have gone. Kristy was the owner of a very prominent and successful trucking company in the area, so it seems unlikely that she would have left all this behind, without any sort of notice or prior arrangement. Additionally, phone records indicate that Kristy received a call from one of her drivers after she'd returned home, though she missed a call from another driver at around 11 p.m., leading police to believe that this was the window of time during which she went missing. All that she left behind was her purse, $800, and her cell phone. Aside from this, Kristy seems to have simply vanished without a trace, and to this day, over 3 years later, her family is still searching for her, and a $250,000 reward is available to anyone with information that may lead to her rescue. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to click that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep updated with our videos.